Good morning, America. I'm Charles Gibson.
I'm Diane Sawyer, and it's Tuesday, September 11th, 2001.
It is lunchtime in London, 5 a.m. in Los Angeles, and 8 a.m. here in New York, live from the CNN Financial News headquarters.
It is beautiful outside, perfect September day with lots of sunshine. Oh, would you look at Washington, huh? I'm going outside today.
Other than that, it's kind of quiet around the country. We like quiet. It's quiet. It's too quiet.
I had one.
Yeah. This just in, you were looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center.
A la espera de mayores informaciones, saber qué fue lo que ocurrió, cómo fue que
Apparently a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center in New York.
現在私、貿易センタービルから1キロほど北にあります国連本部の
It does not appear that there's any kind of an effort up there yet. Now remember, oh my God.
Today we've had a national tragedy. Two airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country.
On my orders, the United States military has begun strikes against al-Qaeda terrorist training camps and military installations of the Taliban regime in Afghanistan.
September 11th, 2001. I'm sitting at home, watching TV with my parents, and all of a sudden, breaking news rips across the screen, and what looks to be a building on fire. I was too young to fully understand what exactly was going on, but I knew something wasn't right just looking at how my parents were reacting. A few minutes go by, my parents are making phone calls, and a second plane hits the tower. I just remember my father turning to my mother and saying, "Holy fuck, we're getting attacked." Now, whether you believe it to be Osama bin Laden and the Taliban, or a government agency or an insider threat, whatever it is, we were attacked on our home soil. Foreign or domestic, someone attacked us. I didn't fully understand what was happening until I was much older. Growing up, I was in a lot of military programs, and I felt like I had a sense of purpose. I felt like something was calling to me, and I wanted to see where that calling would take me. And as I was getting older, I just kept thinking, someone did something to us, and that's not okay. So I devoted my entire life to joining the military, with one goal in mind: to help in the way I had best seen fit. I joined the military at a young age. I was very impressionable, to say the least. I had a lot of leaders that had gone through the early GWAT era of stuff, so I felt like I was in good hands. And as the years went on, I started to lose faith in what our country was doing and what it had meant. Then watching all the elections play out in 2020 and everything that was going on in the world in 2020, our leaders failing us, our leaders giving up, our leaders not wanting to make sure that we, the people, were okay. Instead, they were consumed by their interests of what was going to make them money. They were consumed by who they need to listen to. They were consumed by everything but the people that put them there, the people that pay everything, the people that sit there and suffer while others may prosper. I no longer felt like I was doing the right thing. I no longer felt like being in the military was my calling anymore. And don't get me wrong, I've done a lot of fun stuff in the military. I got to go see a lot of cool places. I got to see a lot of horrible things. I lost a lot of good friends, not only to combat, but to suicide, because our mental health isn't where it needs to be. And I just kept thinking, what the fuck am I gonna do to make sure that I am set for life and that others around me are as knowledgeable as possible and can just be good on their own and be good with the community that they build. And it just kept chipping away year after year after year. It just felt like something was building up inside of me, and I felt like people didn't know enough. I felt like the everyday citizen, the average person, the mom, the dad, the teacher, the police officer, the guy playing drums on the sidewalk. I felt like no one knew enough. And growing up in this community, I completely understood what was happening. There was a paywall behind everything. Everyone wants to hide information behind what they can because they feel like they're the only ones that should teach it, and they feel like the only ones that should be allowed to know this stuff should either have to pay for it or should have to serve. And I think that's absolutely outrageous, and it's bullshit. So the question stems, why civilian principles? Why do I do what I do? Why do I put information out that an everyday person can consume, and I'm not charging anything? I don't have an ad on my video. I don't have anything. And the simple answer is I want everyone to be as well prepared as they can be without having to hide in fear, without having to feel that they can't ask a question in a certain group, whatever it is. I want people to feel like they have something. This country grew its legs July 4th, 1776, and it was on the backs of the everyday man, the everyday woman. They built this country up. They fought for freedom and they fought for the American dream. And I don't want us to lose that. And I feel like we kind of have over the last few decades. We've watched America strive in terrible times, and we've watched America crumble in what could be seen as a utopian future. I feel like we're not doing enough for each other as a community. I'm not just talking about the community that you build or that you've helped create in your area or who you are starting with or what you are doing. I'm simply talking about America as a whole. And I'm not trying to take away from anyone that's doing the right thing, that's helping people out as much as they can with whatever community they have or the people around them. But I feel like we need to stop being afraid and we need to stop hiding. And that's the whole purpose of this channel. It's created out of necessity. The catalyst for all this was watching the most recent debate between Biden and Trump. I've talked about it a few times on the podcast before and in some videos, just kind of sitting there and thinking, man, we are fucked. And if it wasn't for my wife, and if it wasn't for my family, and if it wasn't for the artists of Task Force Doomer, I don't think this place would be where it is. Every single person kept pushing me, saying, you need to do this, you need to make this, we need to help people, and I think you're the right person to do it. And sometimes I don't feel like I am. I don't have the answer for everything, I don't know everything, I'm not going to pretend like I do. But I will teach each and every one of you as much as I can, every chance I get. Because you shouldn't have to be afraid. You shouldn't have to be afraid of your neighbor. You shouldn't have to be afraid of the people that are put in power above you. You should be comfortable in what you know, and you should be comfortable enough that you are willing to learn. You are willing to accept that you do not know everything, and it is time to get better. We need to stop being liabilities. I keep saying it on the channel, don't be a liability, and it's true. I'll keep saying it until I can't breathe anymore. At some point or another, we are going to be a liability for the people we love and for ourselves. And if you're watching this part of the video and you're thinking, that could not be me, that it's absolutely not me, okay, then you're fucking wrong. There are people out there one day who are going to count on you. And there are people out there one day that are going to save your ass. It doesn't matter if it's a fire, it doesn't matter if it's a firefight. At one point or another, you are going to be called upon and you need to be able to defend yourself and your family. And to all the influencers out there or YouTubers out there who think that hiding behind 10 sort of paywalls, just whatever. I understand you have a business, a family to provide for. I completely get that. But stop treating people who know less than you like they're some sort of enemy. These people want to learn. Everyone wants to get along well. Everyone wants to do the right thing. So please help them out like we over at Civilian Principles are trying to do. Every single day is a struggle for someone. Every single day, someone experiences something terrible in their lives and think, this is it, this is the worst it's gonna get. And guess what? It's not. But you need to prosper, you need to push through, you need to keep moving. Because the moment you stop and you think, I need to sit here and suck my fucking thumb and sit in the fetal position, is the day that you lose. It's the day that everyone else wins. It's every single person who has been praying for your downfall has absolutely dreamed of. We need to continue to move forward. We need to continue to push. We need to make each other better. Don't sit there and think, oh, this is going to be someone else's problem. I don't have to worry about it. If you have every opportunity to correct something or make something feel better or help someone, take it. And I understand the logic. No good deed goes unpunished. I completely understand that. But I would rather live knowing that I did 1,000 good deeds and 999 things bad happened to me than knowing I did nothing but I lived a simple, okay life. If you know something, prop up your phone. Start recording. If you want to teach people how to do homesteading, do that. If you're super into lawn guns, go ahead, do that. If you're a great rucker, do that. If you know tactics better than anyone else, teach. If you know how to purify water, put a video up. If you know how to make food out of fucking thin air, help people. You may think, I don't need to do this, I can't do this, or I'm afraid to do this. You're wrong. I started this channel out of one thought process. Everyone can be better, to be prepared when shit gets real weird. It doesn't have to be a foreign invasion. It doesn't have to be a domestic attack. It doesn't have to be any of that. It could be as simple as the stock market crashing. It could be as simple as us having a shortage of food or water. But the whole purpose of this channel is to bring like-minded individuals together and help everyone understand different ways of doing different things. There are people out there that are going to say this is the only way you should do this, and they're probably wrong. You need to be able to pull knowledge out of everything that you watch, everything that you read, and form your own opinion on the matter and find the best way to do it that helps you. I've brought it up before and I'll bring it up again. The artist had a really good idea with the podcast. Bring in people who are subject matter experts in certain areas, people who have a general understanding of what is going on, and people who have no idea what the fuck we're talking about. And that's why I love this podcast. That's why I love what we do. That's why I love this channel. You can have someone explaining in detail how to conduct an L-shaped ambush, and you can have someone who doesn't understand that feels okay to ask the question, why do you do it this way? Why does this happen? I feel like I don't see it enough. I feel like I don't see enough people asking questions. They just say, yes, absolutely, I will take this knowledge in and do absolutely nothing with it because I don't understand it. There's 1,000 channels out there that are trying to do the right thing and trying to be as knowledgeable as they can while helping everyone else out. Wiretight is a perfect example of that. Dirty Civilian, another good example. You just need to strive to get better. That's all I can say. You have to get better. Now, I don't know what attacked us 23 years ago. I don't. I'd like to say it was a terrorist organization. I would really not like to say it's the government. I'd really like to say it was something pure and evil that could do that. But I can't give you every answer. What I can give you is what my motivation was, and it was that. Serving in an era where the GWOT was transitioning out and now we're looking at futuristic warfare. It's horrifying to see what man is capable of. And that's why I won't stop helping. I won't stop teaching you guys what I know. I won't stop helping you guys with whatever I can. I won't stop going in the Discord and giving you guys as much information as I possibly can. And I won't stop answering questions. And if I can't answer your question, I'm going to find someone who can. I'm not going to neglect you because I don't know that answer. I'm going to make sure I know someone or I can find someone who can point you in the right direction because you need to be prepared. The military has a foundation of skills that are set upon everyone that everyone should know. Now, do they? Probably not. But for a majority of the United States and the population that resides within it, they don't know the things I've been taught. They don't know the things that other people have been taught. And that's what I want to get out of this channel. I want to be able to teach you guys the things that I wish I had known going into what I do now. I want people to know what I wish I know 15 years ago when I started doing shooting competitions. I want everyone to know as much as I can and more. At the end of all this, I want every single one of you to be better than I am. I want you guys to yearn for knowledge like children yearn for the mines. Now, I understand I'm ranting here, and I understand this isn't a very funny video, and I don't think it should be. We're living in a really fucked up time. We're living in a time where you can't afford groceries, you can't afford gas for your vehicle, you can't afford electricity to keep your food cold. Some people are working 90 hours a week in a shit fucking job selling their soul away because that's the only thing they can do and they're not getting enough out of it. And I think that sucks. But if there's one thing I can do, it's help you guys get through it. Whether it's physically, emotionally, or mentally, I will be there for as many people as I can because you guys need it. Everyone needs it. I fucking need help sometimes. And when the world has fucked itself into a black hole and we can't do anything about it and everyone's gone, I want to be able to look up to the stars one more time and think, damn, I did my best. I don't want to let any of you guys down. I don't want to let a single person who has put time and effort into watching these videos and trained and studied and been a part of our podcast, I don't want to let any of you guys down. I don't want to let my family down. I don't want to let my kids down. So I'm going to make sure I know as much as I possibly can, and I want to make sure you guys know as much as you possibly can, because that's what matters. And if someone shits on you for not having the best stuff, and if they shit on you for not being able to ruck 100 pounds, 20 miles in an hour, okay, fuck them. It's okay to start somewhere. Everyone starts somewhere. Everyone starts at the same foundation of knowing fucking nothing. It's how you get there. And if your goal is to put other people down because they're trying to learn, they're trying to be actively engaged in the community, and they're trying to push themselves to be better, to be physically fit, to be mentally fucking out there and resilient against all the bullshit and depression and everything that's peddled into us, if they don't like that and they see you trying, fuck them. But just know there's a community out there for you. And if you don't agree with what I'm saying, okay, that's fine. You have an opinion, you have your right to an opinion, and that's okay. But to the people that are watching and are thinking, damn, okay, maybe I do need to get better, do it. You're going to thank yourself in the long run. I've helped a good amount of people get out of a really shitty spot, and nothing makes me feel better knowing that they're around, that they are better, that they are physically fit, that they aren't in a shit state where every day they wake up and think the world is just dead and everything doesn't matter. Every day can be good. It's what you do to make it better. It's what you do to make your family better and yourself better. And I feel like I'm going in circles at this point. I think I am. But it's something that's extremely important to me, and I don't want anyone to forget that. You need to care for your loved ones. You need to protect them at every possible turn that you can, and you need to make sure that you have built a community around you that you can utilize those people and they can utilize you. Civilian principles isn't the end-all be-all. It's not, hey, this is all you need to know, and this is the only thing you ever need to know. It's a foundation. It's an idea that the everyday man can pick up his rifle and do what is right. The everyday person can be active in their community and help others when they need it. I implore you, tomorrow, when you wake up, go outside, absorb your surroundings, listen to everything. Just take a second. Shit could be worse, and it's going to get worse. Whether it's our lifetime or our children's or their grandchildren's, it'll get worse. But if you know what to do and you can teach them what to do, it could get better. And I hope it does. At the end of the day, it's what you make out of it. It's what you're able to pull out of everything. So whatever you do, don't give up. Don't cave in. Push through it all, get stronger, get better, both physically and mentally. Care for your loved ones and do the right thing. Don't be a liability. Before I end this, I want to say thank you to the 1,000 subscribers we hit. I understand that I've been a little AWOL here for the last few weeks. My work schedule has been pretty shit, but I haven't stopped thinking about you guys. I still have videos in the works, and we hopefully should be back to a regular schedule here shortly. But again, thank you guys. Thank you guys for believing in me enough that you want to subscribe and you want to see more content. I owe that to you guys. I told you guys from the beginning, I don't care how many subscribers we get. I don't care how many views we get. I don't care if this makes money. I really don't. We can get 4 viewers tomorrow. We can get 4 viewers the next month and 10 viewers next year. I don't care. I will continue to publish this out there so someone at some point in time is able to do a quick search and find something that can help them. So please, I implore you, do better. Be better, and don't be a liability.